What's going on? It's Fist, bringing it straight from our media because that's what I do. And I tell you what, finally we got some warm weather. And usually on this channel I drop videos because, because I want to say something. This time, maybe I might say something. I don't know. I don't know if I will. I never script myself, guys. You know that. But this is some old school Modern Warfare 2 gameplay. I mean, if you can get... here's the thing. Are they going to bring back Modern Warfare 2? Are they going to retro... now that Xbox One is backwards compatible, I mean, I think it's eventually going to happen. In my opinion, it's eventually going to happen because too many Call of Duty games are just made. They're just made for esports, and so there's got to be a spot, for fun. When you look at other games out there, every game that's ever been made that is for, every other game that's ever been made from the beginning or to be played in a competitive scene, it's sold. It's played how it's sold. So in that respect, the fun is actually competitive, and the competitive part of it is fun for most people. If that's the game, if that's the game and that's the way it was intended to be played, yes. When I look at games like Evo, when I look at tournaments like Evo, and if you don't know what Evo is like used to be the biggest fighting tournament. They basically paved the way, but it used to be the biggest fighting tournament. Used to be the biggest fighting tournament game or tournament for fighting games. And the thing about that is that it's not as big as that anymore. And the reason being is because it's a fun game, it's played how it's sold, and it blew up. And now there's independent tournaments that have more money. There's just so much more money being thrown at fighting games. And now you see people making like $100,000 a year and they're having fun. And the same thing you could say, having fun and making $100,000 is fun, and that's the best part. But if you have games that are made that are not, if you have games being made and then you change the game and it's completely something different and it's not intended for what it's not as intended as it's sold to be, played, and then you change it completely up, then you totally disconnect and disenfranchise everybody, and you don't even want to play it. So you just get disconnected from it. So going back to my main point, every one of my videos is a rant, so I'm just gonna call myself Rant Fisticuffs or whatever. I'm not gonna sit there and just do a scripted video. But to get to my main point is this: eventually, just like in society, if you do not conform to society, eventually you will be turned into what society makes you. They'll force you into what society is. And if you don't conform, you're going to be out. And here's the thing: when you have a game like Call of Duty and it is not how it's sold, and they're trying to force esports on people, and people cannot connect to it or get it or understand it, then obviously what is the next progression? What is the next thing that's going to happen? Well, we pretty much know what's going to happen. We pretty much know what's coming down the pipeline. If you don't conform to what everybody wants, and they could say whatever they want. They could say, oh, we get tons of views, we get tons of this, we get tons of that. Then you know, that's, you know, we're being successful. Last time I checked, when the Earth revolves and, you know, clockwise, counterclockwise, whatever. You know, last time I checked, when the Earth spins on this planet, money moves the needle. And if you're not selling copies of Call of Duty, how can you support 250 full-time employees in 3 studios, and etc. and etc. and etc.? How is that possible? You cannot do that. So it just, to answer my own question and to answer your question, I say eventually down the road, they're gonna have to go back and make a classic Call of Duty. You cannot support that many support that many developers, that many studios, and not sell copies of the game. And then on top of that, your system of your game is getting older. So it's not a value, it's not a cost value. You know, it's not value over price. I mean, eventually you're gonna have to spend the money to develop a new engine. So either you're gonna stop making Call of Duty, or you're gonna make a new game, or likely out of the 3 is that you're gonna bring back the old Call of Duties because it's cheaper. And what an easy out for Activision. What an easy out for them. Oh, we're just gonna bring back all the old Call of Duties. I mean, at least buys them way more time. If they didn't have backwards capabilities, backwards compatibility. I'm sorry. Long night last night. Backwards compatibility. I don't know, man. Just kill me now. Anyways, backwards capabilities. Backwards compatibility. I just killed my whole video. I'm not gonna redo it. Fuck it. Do it live. Fuck it. I'm sorry, but hey, look. You know what I'm trying to say. It just bails them out. So why wouldn't they do that? Bottom line is, you know what the fuck's gonna happen. Until next time, get the fuck out of here. That's my opinion.